Welcome to Foxhole, a new indie game that just released their prototype. This is a MOBA-style war game where you choose sides and fight for domination. This game is aiming to be an MMO with a huge open world with a persistent war going on, but for testing purposes, the prototype features two sides, Colonials and the Wardens, that fight over a medium-sized map. They currently have multiple structures that players can build and use in the fight, like walls, sandbags, storage boxes, and foxholes, which can be built at any time as long as the player has enough building materials. The player starts with a rifle, pistol, med kit, 10 building materials, and a grenade, but can also pick up a mortar, machine gun, or more ammo for any of those weapons from boxes located at both spawn points. The current prototype is won by destroying the opposing side's command tent in their spawn area. Currently you play by using the WASD keys to move around, space to hurdle over obstacles, shift to sprint, X to prone, C to crouch, I for inventory, M for map, and right and left click to aim and shoot. There is an escape menu to view all the commands at any time as well as any of the other settings. While aiming, the player needs to watch the white line that is created from the mouse pointer to the player's character. This white line shows what you're shooting at, and a portion of it may turn red at any given time when it is blocked by an obstacle. While most obstacles will withstand gunfire, grenades and mortars can take them out in 1 to 2 shots, while the command tent might take a bit more. While moving over corpses, you'll notice that you can press E to loot them when close by. A message will even tell you and pop up right around your chat box towards the bottom right of the screen. The game certainly has some potential, and while it's currently a single level with a single objective, I find it to be quite fun and entertaining, especially when you have multiple people per team and can use some good tactics together. In this instance, me and another gentleman that are playing the game are fighting, I believe it's like 1 to 2 Colonials. And we don't do the greatest job. I think we end up pushing them out anyway with possibly a really well-placed grenade throw. But that's what this game is really all about. It's all about working together with other people and trying to push those objectives. Now, we really don't know what the released game is going to look like. I haven't found much information on whether there'll be vehicles, what other structures they'll be able to build, what other weapons they may have. At this point, they're at a very early stage, and they just really want to be testing out all the different mechanics that are currently in there, specifically the combat. So far, I've really found it quite interesting, and even though I'm one of those players that spent most of my time playing different types of first-person shooters, starting at Wolfenstein and moving up. This is definitely a different take, and I kind of enjoy it. It definitely feels a little bit more tactical. There's certainly a very big response thus far on Reddit. They've got their own subreddit going, and it definitely seems to have ticked off a little bit more. I think they're upwards of 100 people subbed right now, which there was 6 when I first looked at it this past Friday. I'm definitely say if you're interested in any type of war games or really enjoy this kind of gameplay, definitely take a look at this game. It's a free prototype. The download is right down in the description. Definitely check it out. It's certainly worth your time, and if there's enough people playing at the time, it's a great game to play. A little couple tips for you guys. Sometimes when aiming, it is a little weird when it seems like there's an elevation change. It's something I have seen mentioned on the subreddit, and the devs seem to monitor that quite closely. So definitely, if you do give it a shot, make sure to mention to them any type of bugs that you see, because it seems like they're really on top of taking a look at things and getting a lot of feedback, or as much as they possibly can get back. Also, when you're logging in, you'll notice there is a username and password option when you first boot up the game. Just type in whatever you want your username or your player name to be in that box. I put in a random password, and it let me right in. So you probably don't even need a password, not something I've tested. But this game is pretty cool thus far, and the devs are looking for as much help and as much feedback as they can possibly get. So definitely give it to them.